Hello guys. So I will be demonstrating my auto scaling that I have done for the project. Now let us go to the instance. So I have already deployed auto scaling group, and instance A and instance B are the main instances which have the server file which are not linked to the uh, auto scaling. So as you can see here, that auto scaling group name is nothing because it's not actually a part of it. So auto scaling would not shut these down, or it will create images based on this, but it wouldn't shut it down. So this is, as from here you can see that it's not, and it's just has instance B as a key and value, similar to A, similar to B, instance B. We have instance A as well, which also is not a part of any auto scaling group, and from the tags it can be seen that it is just instance A. So auto scale will help the project to upgrade or degrade, scale up, scale in or scale out based on the traffic incoming and what is the desired state that we have put in the auto scaling group. So I have created auto scaling group based on here. So this is my auto scaling group, that is ASG, that is auto scale group project for the project. And so at the instance, that instances are 4, it's getting 4 ones, and so the desired is 2. So I want 2 instance to be running, and minimum 1 capacity, this is the capacity that is saying, and the maximum is 3. So these are the number of instances that should be there. So there should be at least 3 running, and there can be as many as 5 instances running in total. So this is my template, and I'm creating based on my AMI that I have used earlier server, and this is the things. And as you can see, it's right over here. And from monitoring, we can use EC2 to actually watch all the matrices and how data is going on and off. So you can see, actually I just left it there on, and there's quite a lot of them. So if I go back to instances, so there are a total of 24 instances. They terminate and upgrade automatically. And if I go to any instance, I can check whether uh, they are made from autoscale or not. This instance is already terminated by the auto scaling group, as can be seen. So this is just initializing, and as you can see, it is a part of ASG project, and we can have any number of them. It will be part of ASG, which means that it's working. It is working, and this is my ASG group, and as you can see, this is the part of it. And I have uh, I would run some part of it so that it is clear that it's scaling up or down. So this terminal is actually server B, and this is server A, and we will just uh, send data to it. Hello, so we will go ahead and see the working of the load balancer with auto scaling. So I have attached auto scaling group with the load balancer. As you can see here, that it's like it is actually connected, bounded to the load balancer target group, which is in actuality just connecting to the load balancer itself as well. So that's about it. Right now I've edited and made it so that all the thing is zero. So desired capacity is what you initially start with. What are the initial whenever this is clicked, this is changed, the desired quantity. Uh, that number of instance will be launched as the auto scaling group starts. So if I change this, that's the number of instances that will be newly launched. So for example, there are uh, four running. So these two are actually not bound by auto scaling group. These are the basically kind of blueprint through which it makes images. So these are not something that autoscale shuts down. So these are not the instances that autoscaling will shut down. And autoscaling target will target other instances. So as it is zero right now, and I have made zero, and it will not do anything about it. So we have four running instance, and if I changed the desired to a different value, for example, I changed it to say 4 and the minimum is 0 or 0, right, and the maximum is 5. So it will start off with the 4 instances, and it will check, it will be staying there until a policy event happens. So it's just a condition. So if the resources are not being used, it will trigger a low, a scale down um, event, and which will just reduce the number of instances till hit matches the CPU usage if till it hits the minimum. So after minimum, it will not uh, decrease or terminate the instances. For example, if I already have 8 instances running, and I set my auto scaling, uh, like for example this thing, into 0, so it has already for we are assuming that it has already ended every single instance that it created. So after terminating the last instance that it needed, there are still 8 left. It will not uh, terminate those 8 initial instances, even if the resources are being they are inactive. So that's the thing. And if I update it and let it go, so the desired is 4 now, and the minimum is 0. So that's the limits that I have set for the project. So it will create more instances. So earlier there were 4 that were running. Now they will be shooting to 6. So as you can see, this one, and this one, second, and third, and fourth. So it went to 4. So there are 4 that are being initialized, and that will be sent as a running. So it will just go off for running until and unless it hits a scale in or scale out event. At that time it will change, and I will try to manage and try to put stress on the scaling conditions. So I have a simple code in here that actually just prints out a random number, and I will be sending it from this. So this is our load balancer attached, and if I send in, so notice that it's 1, so it's very fast, and it might be able to put pressure on the system, but as it's currently being run by 6 instances, uh, the or probability is different. So as you can see, so it has different options now. So 1 2 3 4 and 5 6. So it's still being having the same thing, but it will change accordingly. So yes, thank you very much.